Hello everyone. So in this video we will learn how to automatically add student on successful payment or send failed payment updates on SMS or Gmail. So let us begin with a small example. So the idea is that I'm going to fill some details in this particular sheet, payment details of student. And the idea is that once the detail is filled in this particular Google Sheet, the data will be sent accordingly. If the payment status is done, basically the student will be added as a student in Gurukan. If the payment status is failed, then he will be getting a payment reminder on SMS as well as on Gmail. Okay, so let us begin. So what we're going to do here is, first of all, we are going to enter some detail. And the student has made a payment and this payment status is success. So the first name is Jane. Okay. And the last name is Shane. Okay, Jane Shane. And this is the email. Jane Shane 23@gmail.com. And this is the mobile number. Okay. And the payment status is done. Okay. So Jane Shane has made a payment and the payment status is done. So basically the payment is a success. So Jane Shane will be automatically added as a student in Gurukan. So let me just straight away take you to Gurukan and let me just refresh this. Let's have a look. Do we have Jane Shane? Okay, so as you can see, we do have the details of Jane Shane. The name is Jane Shane and this is the email address and this is the phone number. So basically we have got all these details. Excellent. So what's next? So next thing is we are going to work with another example. This example here in this case is the payment status will be failed. Okay, so let's go with the example. So the name of the person is 𝗪𝗯𝗍. Okay, and the last name is 𝗪𝗵𝘆. And this is the email address of 𝗪𝗯𝗍. So this is the email address, and on this email address he will be getting an email that his payment is a failure. Okay, and this is the phone number where he will be getting an SMS and the payment status is fail. Okay, so we have made an example. Okay, so this is a dummy person called as 𝗪𝗯𝗪. This is his email, this is the mobile number and the payment status is fail. Now the idea is that on this particular email address he will be getting an email that his payment is a failure, and on this mobile address also he will be getting a status that his payment was a failure. He has to retry again, otherwise he won't be added as a student on Gurukan. So let's have a look. So first of all, let me just straight away take you to SMS. So this is an app I'm using, SMS Horizon, to send the messages. So let me just refresh this and let me just show you the message. Okay, so as you can see, this is the message that 𝗪𝗯𝗪 has received. Hello 𝗪𝗯𝗪, please retry your payment to enroll in our course. And similarly, he must have also got an email. So let me just straight away take you to the profile of 𝗪𝗯𝗪. So as you can see, this is the email profile of 𝗪𝗪𝗪. And as you can see, this is the message that 𝗪𝗪𝗪 has received. 𝗪𝗯𝗪𝗪𝗪, please retry your payment as the earlier one was cancelled. Excellent. So you must be thinking, how did I do it? How did I manage to send the data from Google Sheets to Gurukan to SMS sending apps like SMS Horizon and even Zoho email? So here I have used an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that integrates Google Sheets to Gurukan to SMS sending apps like SMS Horizon and even Zoho email. Now the best part of using this process is there is no need for coding skills or programming knowledge. So let me show you how it's done. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just first of all taking you to incognito mode. So you're obviously thinking, why incognito mode? Well, if you're working with Google Sheets and have multiple Gmail accounts, it is always advisable you work in incognito mode. Otherwise, there will be problem of authentication. So in the incognito mode, you just type pabbly.com, 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 press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. Just hover on products and here you will find connect. Just click on connect. So basically this is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. As you can see, you will find a button sign up for free. You can click here and build your own account in just 2 minutes. In my case, I have already built my account, so let me just click on sign in. Okay, so this is the account. Let me just scroll down and here you will find connect. Just click on access now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, Create Workflow. Click this, a dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Google Sheets to 𝗪𝗯𝗯𝗪𝗆 to SMS Horizon to Zoho email. Okay, so basically we will be sending the data from Google Sheets to LMS applications like 𝗪𝗯𝗯𝗪𝗆, then to SMS sending apps like SMS Horizon, and even email sending apps like Zoho email. Let me just click on create. So when you click on create, you will find two windows, the trigger window as well as the action window. So what's the deal with the trigger window as well as the action window? Now when we talk about the automation in Pabbly Connect, it works on the concept of trigger and action. The trigger says when this happened, then this should happen in action. For example, if a new row is created in Google Sheet, then basically either a student is created in 𝗪𝗯𝗯 or a student will be getting an SMS that his payment or his status is failed. So basically using these two windows, we are going to create a workflow to integrate Google Sheets to 𝗪𝗯𝗯𝗪𝗆 to SMS Horizon to Zoho email. Now there is something I have to tell you. After I've built this workflow, I will make sure the link of this workflow is available in the description box so that you can clone it and directly access it into your account. So let's begin our automation journey. So in this window, the trigger window, we are going to select the choose app as Google Sheets. Google Sheets it is. Okay. Now in the trigger event, how about we make it as new spreadsheet row? So basically the essence is we are just trying to integrate a Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect to receive the data. Now for your consideration, I have created a new Google Sheet called as 𝗪𝗯𝗯 Student Enroll. So to begin the integration, just click on add-ons. So when you click on add-ons, you will find Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Now Pabbly Connect Webhook is an add-on that I have installed in my system. Now since you're beginning fresh, Pabbly Connect Webhooks might not have been installed. So just click on Get Add-ons. So when you click on Get Add-ons, Google Workspace Marketplace opens up in front of you. Okay, so as you can see, this is Google Workspace Marketplace, and in the search just type Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this one. So as you can see, this button is showing it is already installed. All you have to do is just click on this button and Pabbly Connect Webhooks will be installed in your Google Sheet also. Now after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks, do not forget to refresh your Google Sheet. I repeat this again, after installing Pabbly Connect Webhooks, do not forget to refresh your Google Sheet. Let me just cancel this. Okay, so basically the gist is using Pabbly Connect Webhooks, we are going to integrate this Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect. So what I'm going to do here is, there is something I have to tell you. As you can see, there is a column that is E. Column E is our last data entry column. So remember this. Okay, going back to Pabbly Connect Webhooks, just click on Initial Setup. Okay, so this is the window of Initial Setup. Here we have to fill two fields, the webhook URL as well as the trigger column. Now basically this is our webhook URL. You simply copy this, okay, and then you just paste it here. Now comes the trigger column. The trigger column is always the last data entry column. In our case, the last data entry column is column E, so that is why I'm mentioning the trigger column as column E. Then simply just click on Submit. Okay, so at this point we have integrated this Google Sheet to Pabbly Connect. Now there is something else you have to do. Just go back to add-ons, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, just click on Send on Event. So this will ensure that anytime column E is filled, it will keep sending on the data to Pabbly Connect. So let's have a look whether Pabbly Connect is capable of capturing the data. Yes, it is showing it is waiting for the data. Okay, so what we are going to do here is we are going to split the data into two streams. The first case is if a student payment status is done, or basically the student payment status is success. Now the second case is if the student payment status is a failed one. Okay, his payment status has been cancelled, blocked or put on hold. Either way, the payment status is failed. So we have two cases. So let's start with the first case. So the first case is we are going with the fact that the student payment was a success. So we have a student, let's say Roger. Okay, the last name is Martin. And this is the email address of Roger Martin, rogermartin123@gmail.com. Okay, then we have the phone number. So this is basically the phone number of Roger Martin, bunch of random numbers. And the payment status is done. Okay, so column E has been filled. So as I mentioned, column E is the trigger column. So this means the trigger has been rigged. This means the data will flow to Pabbly Connect. So let's have a look. Yes, we do have the details of Roger. We have Roger Martin, and the payment status is done. So as I mentioned, we have to split the data into two routes. The first route is if the payment is done or the payment status is success. The second route is if the payment is a failure. So to establish two routes, we are going to work on routers. So here in the Choose app, let me just add routers. Router by Pabbly. We click here. So here are the two routes, route 1 as well as the route 2. So what we are going to do here is I'm going to rename each of these routes. So first of all, I'm going to rename this as, okay, the first route I'm going to rename it as payment success. Payment success or payment done. Okay, let's go with payment done. And let me just click on update. Okay, so now we are going to set up some filters and action. So we click here. Now this filter is basically if the payment is done, okay, if the payment status is done is equal to done, then the data should flow automatically to Gurugan. Okay, so all we have to do at this point is just click on save and send test request. So it will definitely show the status as success because this status is true. The payment status is done is equal to done. Now what we are going to do here is I'm going to add Roger Martin as a student in Gurugan because his payment is done. He has really paid his fees. So that is why Gurugan it is. Now in the action event, how about we make it as create a student and simply just click on connect. Okay, so we are going with the new connection. Now in the new connection, we have to enter the API key as well as the domain. So to get the API key, let's have a visit to Gurugan. So this is my Gurugan account. And what we are going to do here is to get the API key, first of all, let's have a visit to Pabbly Connect again. And let's explore where we have to go. We have to go to online school setting. So online school setting. Okay, so where is our my account, online school settings, and where we have to go, I think in integrations you will find API. So integrations. Okay, so here you will have JSON-API. We just click on configure. So this is my key. I have already created a key. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this and I'm just going to paste it here. Now we have to enter the school domain. Now school domain is basically this. You just copy this up to here and simply paste it here. So do not include the slash sign. Remember this, do not include the slash sign. So we have entered the API key, we have entered the domain. Let me just click on save. So when you click on save, you will find some fields, email, name, password, phone, as well as the city. And the last option, do not send, say, sign up email. So using these all fields, we are going to create a new student. And this is how you do it. First of all, you click here and remember this, the data is present in this accordion that is from Google Sheet, and we just map the email. So this was the field for email and we have mapped the email. Okay, so the email is of Roger Martin and we have mapped it. Easy. Now we have the name. So the name is Roger and it probably wants the full name. So let me just add Martin. We don't want to enter any kind of password, but we have to enter the phone number. So this is the phone number and we have mapped it. The city, we don't have any data regarding the city, so we are just going to ignore it. Okay, so at this point, we have to do is just click on save and send test request. In case of do not send sign up email, let's keep it as false and let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the status is okay. So let's have a look. Do we have a student called as Roger Martin? Okay, so let's have a look. I'm sorry, we went to the CRM. So general discussion, users. So let's have a look. Yes, we do have a Roger Martin. So this is the email, this is the phone number, and this is the name. So our first route is success. A person who has paid the fees is now added as a student. Now what about the students who haven't paid the fees or the payment status was failure? So what we are going to do here is, once again, I'm just going to Pabbly Connect. Okay, first let me just click on done. And let us once again click on recapture webhook response. Click this. Okay, and just click on yes. And this time we are going to get the details of the student who has not paid the fees. So these are the details. So let me just add the details. So before we do that, I'm going to just remove all of this. Okay, I have removed it. Now here we are going to fill some details again. So this time the name of the person is Alexander. Okay, and the last name is May, Alexander May. And this is the email address. So let me just show you an email address where we will be sending the message. So this is the name, Alexander, and this is the email. I'm just going to copy this email address. Okay, and I'm just going to add it here. So we will be sending an email to this email address. Now let me just add the phone number. So this is basically Alexander's phone number. Okay, so I'm just going to paste it here. Okay, so now the payment status is a failure. So let me just add as fail. Okay, so what we are going to do here is, once again, let me just go to add-ons, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and just let me click on initial setup. Okay, so what we are going to do here is, let me just click on send test. So this whole data will be automatically sent to Pabbly Connect. So yes, we do have the data of Alexander. The first name is Alexander, the last name is May, this is the email, this is the phone number, and the payment status is fail. Excellent. So let me just click on submit. Okay, and let's have a look. Do we have this? Yes, we have already clicked on sent on event. So we are ready. So what we are going to do here is, we are going to establish the second route, that is payment fail. So we are just going to rename this payment fail. And what we are going to do here is, we are going to send an email as well as an SMS to remind that his payment was a failure and he has to work on it. So let me just click on set filter and action step. Now what we are going to do here is, we are just going to click here. Okay, and let's have a look at the payment status is fail, is equal to fail. Okay, easy. Just click on save and send test request. Now it will give us success because this condition is indeed true. Now what we are going to do here is, we are going to send a message to Alexander that his payment was a failure. So first we are going to send an SMS. So we are going to use SMS sending app called as SMS Horizon. Now we do have a ton of options to send the SMS like Twilio, D7 networks, but I'm working with the SMS Horizon. No particular reason, just I found it easy, that's all. And let me just go to add new connection. So we have to enter the username and the API key, and this is how you get the username and the API key. You just go to SMS Horizon and just click on, okay, let me just click on settings. Okay, and here you will find HTTP API. You click here and just click on manage API key. So this is the API key you want. You copy this and you just paste it here. Then we have the username. So this is the username. I'm just going to copy this. So this is the username you want. I'm just going to copy this and I'm just going to paste it here. So we have entered the username as well as the API key. Let me just click on save. So first we have to map some details. So as you may remember, we have already got the mobile number. So we are just going to click here, and this is the mobile number of Alexander May, and we have mapped it. Then we have the sender ID. Okay, so this is basically the sender ID. You don't have to do anything. You just copy this and just simply paste it here. Easy. Then we have to work on the text, or basically the message. The message is hello. Hello, and let me just add Alexander, your payment was a failure. A very simple message. Please work on it. A very simple message. Okay, and let me just click on save and send test request to send the SMS. So the response is a positive one. So let me just straight away take you to SMS Horizon, and in the send SMS, let me show you the message that has been sent. So yes, hello Alexander, your payment was a failure. Please work on it. So this is the message that Alexander will receive on his cell number. Now again, along with the SMS, I'm just going to send an email, and I'm going to send an email using Zoho email. And this is how you do it. You introduce one more action window, and in the chooser, let me just add Zoho mail. Zoho mail. Okay, so we have added it. Okay, so now in the action event, how about send an email, and simply just click on connect. We are going with a new connection, and let me just click on connect with Zoho mail. Now our Zoho accounts work on zoho.com, so that is why we are just going to copy this. Okay, and I'm just going to paste it here. Just click on done. It's trying to authorize, so let me just click on accept. Authorization successful. Just press OK. So by default, it is showing the account ID as 𝗪𝗵𝘆. So this is because the account name is 𝗪𝗵𝘆, and this is basically the sender email. Okay, remember this. This is basically the sender email. And if you're working with Zoho email, you obviously know your sender email. Okay. Now I'm going to map the email. Okay, so this is the email address where we'll be sending the email, and we don't have to work on the CCC or BCC. And this is the email address from where you will be sending the email. Okay, so this is something you get from the settings. And since you're working with Zoho email, you already know this is my email address. This is your email address where you will be sending the email. The subject is payment failed. And then we have the content type as HTML. The body will be something like a very simple message. Hello, Alexander, your payment was failed. Your payment was a failure. Please retry to get enrolled as a student. Okay, so I think we are ready. In case of asked recipient, we're just going to ignore this. All we have to do is just click on save and send test request. Okay, so as you can see, the response is a positive one. So let me just straight away take you to Zoho Mail and let me show you the email that has been sent from Zoho Mail. Hello Alexander, your payment was a failure. Please retry to get enrolled as a student. So the presence of this data indicates we have a successful integration between Google Sheets, 𝗪𝗯𝗯𝗪𝗆, SMS Horizon and Zoho Email. Now before you leave, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to minimize this action window, and I'm going to minimize the trigger window. So basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First you integrated Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect, and then after that you have established two routes. The first route is for payment done. So using this route, when the payment is completely done, the student was created in 𝗪𝗯𝗯𝗪𝗆. After that you have created one more route, that is payment is a failure. Now in this case you have created two things, that is first you are sending an SMS and the second is you are sending the email to a person whose payment was a failure. Okay, so now we have a perfect flow of data between Google Sheets as well as 𝗪𝗯𝗯𝗪𝗆, SMS Horizon and Zoho Email. Now there are three things I have to tell you. First, using Pabbly Connect, not just these apps, you can integrate a ton of applications to automate your business. Second, if you like this video, please comment, share and subscribe. Thanks.